Rahubat, everyone, Grand Rising to all. Thanks for tuning in to Temple of Ma'at, part of WAEO Radio, where you tune in to tune up. So today we have a very important topic that we want to discuss, business minds and unity. So we wanted to talk about this. We wanted to talk about business minds because we see, many of our people have their own businesses doing what they love to do every day instead of, for some people they like working to a 9-to-5 job, but for some people they want to do their own. And we see a lot of people doing their own businesses, having their own products, having their own services. And which is a very, very good thing. We love seeing our people doing that. But one thing I feel like we lack is unity within that and support within that. Instead of having people, instead of when someone asks, I'm looking for this product, I'm looking for this service, instead of just throwing out a big corporation out there, why not support your brother or sister or your friend who has their own consultation service, who has their own hair product business? So if Fatima, if you would like to add on to that, you're welcome to.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with what you were saying about the unity is where we lack, and with the business mind. But first, I wanted to talk about what a business mind is, because I don't think that people conceive the whole spectrum of what a business mind is. It's not something separate from yourself, first of all. A business mind is the mind that runs itself like a corporation. And we know that a corporation isn't just one, it's looked at as one entity, like you said, unity. And unity is one entity like a family. So a corporation is a family, but you have to run yourself like a family. You get up every day. The business mind in you gets up. You wash. You make breakfast. You get the children together. You go to work or whatever those things that you do on your daily in your daily routine or on a daily basis. It's ran like a business. You run yourself like a business. Your mind is running you as a business. Even the part of you, not those physical things that, we, go to work and stuff, but even your breathing is run like a business. Your heart is ran like a business. So we even have to do things to take care of that, right? Some people pray, meditate to take care of their mind aspect, to keep peaceful. Some people eat healthy to keep their heart pumping correctly. You know what I'm saying? Not smoking or whatever, to keep your lungs operating like a business for your body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so you be looking at it, on those smaller scales, and maybe we can understand how a bigger or a business can be ran. Because if one of those things in your daily life is out of sync, like if you forget to take out what you're going to eat for the night, it throws off your whole course. The unity starts to fall apart. The domino effect doesn't happen. Something's off. So you got to make up for lost time. So this is what our people as a whole have been doing, making up from, I think Annie was talking about, I don't know, you can talk about it later, but I'm saying our originality, our people, our villages, working together to raise the children. Like we've been trying to play catch up for so long, we have become different corporations. Every person, instead of us as as a people, we have become corporations that fight each other. when, like you were just saying earlier, uh, the unity again,
Mhm.
like this sister that makes shampoo, or I mean, I was talking about it on a live stream on Facebook. You know, this brother that has shoes, this sister that cooks, or this sister that has food products or bakery goods, baking goods, or whatever. Brother that has essential oils or books. We can have our own Walmart. We can have our own because of that. I know everybody that I know has a talent of some sort that is profitable. I was just watching a video right before you called. That's why I took a little bit to answer back. But the video um, was about hip hop as a corporation, where they took, you know, what we had, our struggles, our pain that we expressed in a musical way with love, and they capitalizing off of it. Nike, whatever, Puma, all of those Michael Jordan, all of those corporations are eating well off of something that we created from out of our love. Just us getting together, going back to our natural selves. Of we used to sit around and make music and tell stories with our music.
Mhm.
You know, so all of those things, like how many artists do you know, sis? Or you know, just singers or painters, or or even all of that is art. Even if it's a person that makes jewelry, even if it's a brother that sews, or a sister that makes clothes, or bakes goods, or has a cooking book, or teaches. All of that is art, depending on how you look at it. But all of those things can be put together to develop a corporation. So then I don't have to go outside of my community to do anything. Then we go to the Jewish people. We go, if you shop at Aldi's, you're supporting the Germans. You know what I'm saying? All of these Starbucks, you're supporting the Jews. Where's your Starbucks?
Mhm. Exactly. And even, to add on to your wisdom, sister, even the platform we are right now, we're just using this for right now to reach our people, Spreaker, Facebook, Instagram, but in the works, we're having our own social media platform, our own internet, our own search engine. These are things we need as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was. It's funny because I was on I did a little live stream on Facebook, and I was saying that too. Don't complain about the. I like Atlantis Awake. This is the reason why. Not even just like, I love Atlantis Awake's publications. Why? Because you're creating a platform for the people out of what the people say is socially norm, like Facebook and Instagram. We're utilizing those things because this is where our people are. But your ultimate goal is to have all of that for yourself.
Yep,
You
exactly.
you feel me? So
Hmm.
to me, this is the thing. Don't complain about the white man, or he the FBI and is ran by the CIA, and you're typing it on there, and you're on there, and you still ain't supporting the person that has this on their own. How many people, I used to be on the internet on Black Planet all the time because of the name Black Planet. But then I stopped coming on Black Planet because it just became some idiot stuff. We forget about the unity. Black Planet was created for our people to get together and come together and create the unity of a black planet. And then it became some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So we always have to go back into thinking what I was saying earlier, or putting it, not thinking, just knowing that one thing that falls off causes a domino effect. And then we gotta play catch up. We gotta go back and put the dominoes back up in order. No, we got that right now. And then that comes in. I don't want to talk about it because it's so. With Ani was talking about earlier to you, I was listening, but I was multitasking, writing my little list to go to the grocery store too. But if you want to elaborate, it go right with that. Like, if that, when I was talking about with the domino effect, and you got to start over, or go back to the beginning to see. You know what I was talking about? What he was talking about?
Yeah, basically,
Reverend
um,
Ani.
yeah, yeah. Ani was basically talking about, we need like a center point where we all come together. For example, each person's business is a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on, so on. But having all those numbers come together in one unit, in one platform, in one foundation, like multiple corporations coming together as one big corporation that supports all the corporations.
Right.
In a way, like, what's a good example? I don't know. For example, there's like a cell phone company, right? For example, like T-Mobile or something.
Mm-hmm.
T-Mobile is that platform for Samsung, Apple, BlackBerry, ZTE, like different types of phone models
Mm-hmm.
to all come together in under that one umbrella, T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
But they're showcasing all different types of phones. You know what I mean? But they're all
Yeah.
supported under T-Mobile. That's kind of what we're saying. We'll have if you want hair products, we'll bring it over to this sister or brother. If you want health, we'll bring you over to this company. If you want construction, here you go. If you want all different types of businesses, but we support each other. We do our own, and we support our own, and that's how we grow.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
that's
so like even with you sparked something when you said about T-Mobile. Even T-Mobile is under AT&T. It's not. They just bought their. They paid for their name. I mean, it's all under one. That's what the FCC law is just changed with them be able to change rates and change make a different price for the same product, I guess, because they're all really one corporation. They're just divisions of that same corporation. It's not nothing separate.
exactly.
No.
And I also want to point out too, business mind isn't business. This is just me, but business isn't all about the money. It's not
Mm-mm.
all about money because when you look at reality, money is just paper. I feel like business, it's about that goal you have in mind, that vision, and achieving it, as a collective. So, achieving it both as individually and as a collective. So, for us at Atlantis Awakes, our vision is okay, self sustainability, land, solar panels, growing food, having a community center, having educational centers, having healing centers, for where people can come to for free. So how am I going to achieve that? Okay, I'm going to need to start this type of business, this type of business to get in the funds, to get in the resources, not just, money currency, but resources like the seeds to plant the food, like the wood to the wood to build the houses, the land, the water, things like that. So that's what I'm thinking. I have this vision in my mind. Okay, how am I going to accomplish that vision? And who am I going to keep around me to that have the same vision that are going to help me accomplish this vision? So these are kind of the things I think about. It's not just about becoming a millionaire, becoming a billionaire. No,
No. Mm-mm.
it's that vision and that purpose you have, and the people you keep around you to help you with that vision, and that you guys help each other.
Hmm. I would definitely say that you don't even have to, like, I can understand what you're saying about having the same vision, but you may not see that tunnel vision of what I see, but you could see the beauty of it and how it will help your people. So that's the part of the vision that they should or see, instead of what, just me. I've always, I went to school, I went to college, I went, grad school, all that. But I've never seen. I work for the social services department where people would call welfare. I worked there. I didn't like it. I left. I didn't care about the money. People thought I was crazy. Girl, why you leave that good job and the benefits? And I didn't see how I was helping my people. It was keeping them in the box, really. It wasn't nothing. It was a system to keep people dependent on them for nothingness. Like, I know they were helping people eat and, things like that. But it's really not geared towards family. It's really geared towards, and most of the workers, they don't care. There's no compassion in what they would do. Like, they would talk about the women that dress nice coming to the office. So because she's poor, she has to feel bad about herself. This kind of idea, or if you got a man, or if someone came in with a man, and they would say things, she got nerve to have a man. I don't even got a man, and he only coming with her because just really negative, and that energy it affects paperwork. They don't care. They don't tell you about other programs that you could really utilize. They don't know about programs that you could utilize. I said, I'd rather do this on my own.
Yep.
So I started volunteering at a community center. And then me working at a community center, volunteering, I started running it with the head or whatever. And then I saw a bigger need. I saw a need of people just putting their kids in something for, like a babysitter, a free babysitter, you know. So I started, I saw some lack of love too. I know it's kind of off of topic, but I'm gonna get back to it. But the lack of love some people, not just women, men had for their children, women and men. And so I was like, well, can they come, stay with me for the weekend? I still have children in my home to this day that parents never came back for. And I never went to the state to get any money. I didn't do any of that because they want to take you through all this bull crap and you're just trying to help. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And
want your money.
yeah, and
But
like,
that was,
oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead,
I'm,
keep going.
I'm sorry, sis. But I'm saying that was what I saw, what was needed. I didn't complain. And when I decided that vision in my mind, everything that I needed was put before me. I started meeting the other people that would help me, or assist me, or people like it was time I didn't have a car or any way to get around. I would meet people that would take me to the store. They saw what I was doing, you know. So then we started getting together. And then you get people that come along and they see the good thing that you're doing and they want to ride the bandwagon and just, reap the benefits. You get that too because they go back into that division mind,
Mm-hmm.
vision that you see. So you got to keep that business mind. Like you got to, it all really deals with spirituality too. It all ties in.
Definitely, definitely. And
But I'm sorry, Sue. Go ahead.
oh no, you're
Mm-hmm.
good. You're good. I don't want to cut off your wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying some really powerful, inspiring things. Thank you for sharing your story. But I just wanted to add, when you're talking, when you're saying when you're finding your purpose, right, and people came along to help you, that's also part of that business mind. Like once you find your
Mm-hmm.
purpose, or once you find that path, even though you may not sure what the end of the path is, but you know you're on that right path. Things are going to be coming your way to help you automatically. Like, you know, I see a lot of things like on YouTube, like manifest your dreams or manifest infinite wealth. Yes, that's part of it, like visualizing, that's part of it too, but it's also just finding that path. Like, you don't really have to like think of, I don't know how to explain it, but you don't really
Yeah,
have to
you're
like
right.
focus so much on the money. You just have to go on like the path, and like things will just naturally come to you. You don't really have to even think about it too much. It'll just naturally come to you, just naturally attract it. Once you find your purpose, people will see that radiant light in you, that you're really passionate about this, and it'll just
Mm-hmm.
come to you. Like you don't even have to like work hard on visualizing it. Just work on what you're doing.
Right.
And when you're talking about the spiritual, that is so true too. The spiritual, mental, physical, it all ties in together. Don't just think about the physical world like I need to obtain these physical things. Think about how much spiritual wealth you're going to obtain, how much mental wealth that you're going to obtain. There's wealth in many ways as well.
Right. You made an excellent point about the visualization and people just manifesting wealth. What Why they don't get it is because they're focusing, how you said, on the money. It ain't about the money. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's not. That will come. Whatever energy you put out will come back to you. This is karma. It's just not the way you treat somebody. You know what I'm saying? Whatever energy you put out will come back to you. So if that's the wealth of your actions is put out, then the wealth in a physical way will come back. And it might be healthy, just being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But how wouldn't you feel good? And ain't nothing wrong with money. Let's not, be for those that would, like to pick it because they dealing with that division spirit. It's nothing wrong with money. Nothing wrong, but there's nothing wrong with living off the land and utilizing the planet either. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with getting together and selling your goods. There's nothing wrong with bartering them either.
Mm-hmm.
But if your only focus is, I was gonna say I had kind of skipped around on my story, but like I was gonna say when I started my business, one of the things I started doing, one of the businesses I started doing when I was 19. Well, before that, my mother made us run a business. My mother and my father made us run a business. They had their own business. They had a cleaning business. They cleaned office buildings at night, and they got to hire other brothers and sisters. My dad started ABC Cab in Philadelphia. It was called All Brothers Cab. Well, he gave all brothers businesses. You got to pay the base a certain amount of money, then the rest of the money is yours. You've written a car to use, or if you have your own car, you getting calls through us, so you paying us. You know what I'm saying? So I came from, even though my mother also worked for the Board of Education, I all came from seeing business all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when I was younger, my mother made us sell ices, water ices out the house. Don't ask me for no money to go to the store, anything you need. Y'all get this money. Here's your money. Now go buy this stuff to make water ices and you sell it to all your friends. She made us run our business. So we understood that we couldn't keep spending the money that we made and not get some more products. And you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
she made a juice. We sold juice out the house. People used to come and buy our juice from the house. So business was a way all the time. My mom used to say, my father used to say, go to college, get your education at there, but you're going to learn here too. So we weren't raised to watch TV. I didn't watch TV growing up. It was a half an hour maybe. I've done all the reading and everything else that I was supposed to do. But and also, but my first business was on my own. Was I sold dinners to the offices near me and like the teachers and all of that. I sold business. I had my girlfriend. She had a car at the time. I wasn't driving. My brothers and my uncles and dad drove me everywhere, so I didn't drive. But my girlfriend was the delivery, so she made money from delivery, and I made money from and I gave her extra. So we did our own business, but then I would get the negative response like, do you think you really can? Man, I tried my own business and it didn't work for me. You think that you could pay? Yeah, I made $600 today, honey. Then I started selling incense and oils. It may be bad, you know what I mean? And I started selling t-shirts. It's me and my husband at the time. I was selling incense and oils to the college students, and I sold t-shirts, plain white t-shirts. It may seem bad. It was to the drug dealers because I saw them outside all night and they needed fresh clothes to wear. So I started selling them t-shirts and socks. But I was looking at for the need of the people, but also I was out there giving them dawa at the time, as I called it. So it wasn't all bad. But I'm saying that I got a lot of backlash people. that didn't see themselves as being a part of a corporation. Whether you realize it or not, you are a part of it. If you look at your clothes and you got a label on it, you've been sold by a corporation.
Yeah.
And you look at your bills, everything. And that's why I just say to people, I'm not worried. If I could make my own shoes, sis, I would make my own shoes. I make mostly all of my clothing. I'm not going to sit. I even wish I could make fabric.
Yeah.
This is my mind. I don't want to support as much as possible that I don't have to support something outside of my people. That's what I do. That's what we all should do. Don't complain about it if you're not doing
Exactly.
something about it.
And also, this is to add on to your wisdom, sister. This is also for those people who want to go back to nature or want to go back to a more natural way of life. This is also, even in the corporate world, this is more of a natural way of life because we created everything. We create our own pots, pans, grow our own food, all that in our, you know, in our indigenous ways. Thousands of years ago, that's how we lived. If we needed clothes, we made our own clothes. If we needed medicine, we made our own medicine. And we would send, if you needed healing, we would send you to the healers. If you needed clothes, you would send you to the person who makes clothes. That's just how it was. That's our natural way of life. So it also ties in with that as well. And just before I forget, I want to go back to that one point when you were talking about when you worked at the social services, how they were still putting you in a box. I definitely do agree with that. Like one example would be like, for example, food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
It on the outside it seems like a great benefit, and it is, because it gives people who can't afford food, and food is a basic right. We all need food. We all need food to live. But what happens if tomorrow all the grocery stores shut down,
Mm-hmm.
or they stop receiving food? Like, what is that food stamp card gonna help you?
10,000 people in Chicago just, the other day, 2 days ago, they cut them completely off of food stamps. 10,000.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, yeah, and that's another thing too. They can like randomly say, okay, today we're not going to do food stamps anymore because Donald Trump signed a executive order. No one's going to get food stamps. So what are we going to have to what are we going to have for the people who are hungry? So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the visions that I have. We want to just, like, right now, me and my emperor, we're collecting thousands of millions of seeds right now of every fruit and vegetable you can imagine. That's what we're doing right now. So once we get on around, we could start planting, and we're for those who need it, we're going to give it away for free, because plants are on this growing on this food for free. Just grocery stores itself is unnatural because they're putting a price tag on something that should be free, that grows out of the earth for free, that you can pick off a tree. You go in the forest, pick off a fruit from the tree for free. So, that's one of the things we're working on, our goals. And there's organizations out there that give out free food. One organization that I really like, it's called Foods Not Bombs, and what they do is they take produce that grocery stores don't want, or it's too ugly to put out, or they're just going to throw away at the end of the day when they're perfectly good, and they give out to people for free a few times a week. And they have this all over the United States. But another big problem we have in the United States is that billions of pounds of food is thrown out a year, when thousands of people, hundreds of millions of people all around the world are going hungry. And Foods Not Bombs is good because it helps eliminate that food waste.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good organization out there for those who are interested, if you want to check that out. But yeah, like, just, like, going back to doing things for our own, you know, having that foundation so we don't have to rely on that the government, which just means mind control. Like they're controlling your minds to thinking this is a natural way of life. You're supposed to go to the grocery store. You're supposed to do this multiple choice. When you go into a store, it's just multiple choice. Like you think you have free will to choose what you want to eat, but really they're giving you the choice of you get to have only this brand of for example, this brand of peanut butter and this brand of peanut butter, but not this other brand. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Even that art,
mm-hmm,
how to make bread or how to make peanut butter for
mm-hmm,
yourself and jar it and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like all of
mm-hmm,
that we have all of that right here. We don't need anybody, like you say, if you have the seeds to grow or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could just do that on your own. You don't. People are so interlocked with the system on so many levels. They're afraid to let go because it teaches you not to let go. Most people where they live, they can get solar panels on their house. They have companies that install them for free. Most cities and states. But because they post videos about a lady getting locked up for using solar panels or something like that, it creates a fear. So people are like, nope, it's a good idea, but not for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and because they're locked in the system and they're saying, okay, this is how I survive. But what if, like you said, what if the food stamps stop today? What if money stopped right now? Because not only just has to be on a card, it's like, okay, money right now, we don't no longer need it. If you have it, we're going all, if you don't have a chip in you, then you can't buy food from store. I mean, that's the real thing that we're dealing with right now.
yeah.
So, yeah. So why not create something within with your own people that you say you love? Why not? I don't care if you are. I really don't care if it's a Christian. Sorry, I don't care if it's a Jewish, a Hebrew Israelite brother, sister, Moorish. I don't care. If that brother or sister has something that can benefit my family, benefit his family, benefit your family all together, then what's the problem? uh Foot Locker with no problem to get them new Nikes or new J's or whatever. You ain't asking them no questions. Is he Hebrew Israelite? You feel me? When you get those vegetables, most of the vegetables is the farmers markets are owned by Amish people. Most of them. You're not asking me, oh, this is an Amish person. I'm not supporting them. So
But some
why
people are
when
like that. Not to
yeah,
cut
some
you off,
people
but
are.
yeah.
No, I do, but not all of us. And they're
Yeah.
not that. Some of the people are like that, but then they don't have the means to support all of their needs within their people.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to go back on the system a little bit, even though you don't like it. If a brother, I saw a brother, he was advertising his sneakers that he makes, and the sneakers were pricey to me. Like not knocking the brother's price. I understand because I understand business and the need and the want and the demand. So if all of us starts buying the brother's sneakers, prices will come down because now he could get more made for a cheaper price.
Yeah.
He's the only one doing it and he's not really getting sales like that, then his price has to be more expensive to make up the cost of the makeup. But people complain about it, but they'll go, I bet you they got some Nikes in their closet. They got a two, three, $400 TV.
Yep.
We got to think like a one unit, regardless
Exactly.
of what. If you think about it, like I back to when I was talking about a corporation. I'm sorry, sis. It has what, the human resources. Then they have the mailing department, and they have the cleaning department. They have often all different kind of departments. And if one department goes down, then it affects the whole corporation.
Mhm.
So if I don't lift my brother up, or I don't support my brother up, or my sister, I don't raise them up, I don't help them, I don't aid them in what they're doing, then really I fail too. They are
Yeah.
me. They ain't separate from me.
Yeah. We're all just reflections of each other.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that thank you for that, sis. That was very powerful. Um to so yeah, to have that business mind, it's not only about the individual, it's about the collective. And that's what we really stress because really if you think about it, any business, especially like for example, your example when you're doing the dinners, you couldn't have done it by yourself. You need your friend to. We need each other to build a business. You can. Their business doesn't isn't created by one person. There's people along the way, whether they were actively or inactively being a part of it. There was people being a part of that business. So exactly, we have to work as a unit. We have to work together and build each other up. We can't do it single-handedly. We need help, and it's okay to ask for help. But in return, there's lots of rewards in that while working together and hearing each other out. Like we talked about in the other show, getting rid of that ego, listening to each other, listening to what everyone has to say, having a positive community, having positive people around you that are going to encourage you, not discourage you from your business endeavors. Like your experience, and I've had this experience too. I was going to school and doing all that, but then I realized, wait, because I was going to go to school to become a teacher, right? And I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to teach English. I wanted to travel and teach English. And then I was like, wait, I'm going to school to teach English, and then I came into Nuabu and learning different ancient languages, and I was like, wait, I can just do this on my own. And I don't have to teach English. I can teach a more sacred language or a more intergalactic language. I could do this on my own. I don't need a school. I don't need a diploma to say I'm a teacher. And I could do this by myself. And I don't need a degree to travel the world. Even though it might not be the easy route, school does provide a lot of resources, but I'd rather work hard for myself and for ourselves instead of being thousands of dollars in debt in school and maybe or may not be guaranteed a job in their corporate network. But why not
Mm-hmm.
build our own network, our own multiversities where it's guaranteed to have a job, or I don't want to say job, guaranteed to do what you love, to do your passion,
Mm-hmm.
and learning right knowledge and all that stuff. So that inspired me. I'm still on the path. I haven't achieved everything I want to achieve yet, but I know I'm on the right path, even though I had parents, family members saying, "Oh, you need to go to school," and things like that. Like,
I know. I
but
get it. Girl, they done thought I lost my mind when
yeah,
they thought I lost my mind. Literally, when I walk away, I worked in a university at one time.
hmm
Walking away from that, and then I was like, I can't do it because you think working with children are hard? Adults. Adult, but I mean, it was because I was like, wow, this is not helping them. I taught Arabic in college, so I'm like, but with that, I couldn't teach it how I wanted to. You feel me? to wake up
Yeah.
somebody. I had to follow a guideline. I was like, I can't do the repetitive cycle of nothingness. Like it's not really. And then I would get backlash because of the color of my skin
Mm-hmm.
other Arabs or Asians. I would get it from my people. They would be like, well, my name is clearly Fatima Mahdi. My Fatima Mahdi Wahid. That's my name. Okay. And clearly that's an Arabic root, you know. So, but instantly people would say, "Oh, did your husband is he Arab or is he Muslim or what did he would your the black people? Oh, was your husband in jail or something? Like it just couldn't be that my people come from. I got this original name from my original family and my lineage or nothing because of the color of my skin. These are the people that gave me a hard time in class. And they
Wow.
couldn't get the tones because they had
Mm-hmm.
teaching them, they had a veil over their mind because of the English language.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They were stuck and they couldn't see nothing. They couldn't even see. And if I talked about Africa or whatever, I had one student tell me she ain't never going to Africa to get scratched by no monkey. Like they don't see themselves as the original. They see themselves as this low bottom. Even if you said that about Africa, you talk about yourself. Like it's not. It's really. I was like I. So I mean I'm going off course, but that's why I couldn't do it anymore. I tried it in many ways. I worked for social services. I worked for the prison system before because I thought I could help that way. I also worked in a drug facility because I wanted to help my people in the facility because I know that the most of the NAs, AAs, all of that was created by Christians. And it was
Mm-hmm.
under their doctrine, which they offered healing. So I wanted to raise people out of that and look for my people to help them. But then even in that, I got from my own people, it told me that I couldn't help. I was an addict. Couldn't be a real help. This is what the black professors used to say at the time when I was going to school for that. And then when I went to work for that, that's what were you on drugs before? No, but I'm affected by drugs in my environment. To it,
Mm-hmm.
crackheads all around. Why do I gotta? Why can't I give them some life tools that possibly because I've never ever been on drugs? You know what I'm saying? But it was
Yeah.
my people, not white people. They thought it was great. You know, even if they didn't, I didn't care. The goodness in my heart wanted to help my people. Then when I worked in social services, one of the things where I got pushed, I pushed myself. I got pushed to leave. It's because I was friendly with one of my coworkers, and she would talk about God and how good it was, and she invited me to come to church one time. Then I was like, no, I don't want to go. And she said, well, if you don't go, you'll be damned to hell. And it was my own people. You know what I'm saying? So this is that division. It's in many, many, many forms where they're scared to let go of the system because they're locked into it. Even the system of religion is a corporation. That's why Bibles are sold.
Yeah. And
Bonds are sold.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't mean
sorry.
to cut off your wisdom, sis, but
Mm.
we're gonna have to take a quick 5 minute break. We're at the end of the 45-minute mark, and then we can start a second part of the broadcast. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay. Wadu
All
family,
right.
we'll be right back.